2026 is going to be a massive, massive year. I have a couple of just sort of quick fire questions sort of as we kind of come towards the close of this very delightful interview and podcast. It's been amazing. What is the best upgrade under £500 that could help evaluation for a property?
Oh, good question. I like that.
Under
£500.
£500 or under.
Oh, you're cheap, Phil.
I am.
£500.
I am. All right, say £1,000 then.
Okay, I think. Okay, I've got it in
For
my
valuation or for
That could help evaluation.
help evaluation.
getting rid of any condensation, like, you know, those bathroom
Damps.
damp spots and things like that. Anything that people are going to look, that's small, but people are going to think is really big.
Yeah.
Don't paint over it, obviously.
Putting a plaster over a bullet wound.
He's given us £500.
I said, up to £1,000. Up to £1,000.
I think, personally, I think decluttering and storage.
Yeah.
I think if you can spend £1,000 on a storage unit and get rid of all the stuff that you haven't used for, let's say you haven't used something for a year or 6 months, some clothes or you haven't worn, etc., just dump it in there. Clutter around a house ain't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to show off work services, space, etc. I think it's it's meant to be quick fire. Next one.
Okay. Well, that's on you, Ollie, not me.
There you go. See, it takes me 5 sentences to.
That's very true.
answer a question.
That's very true. What's the biggest buyer misconception about affordability when buying a property?
Misconception.
I think okay, I've got one. Yeah. I think how long the process takes. So let's say, for example, for a first-time buyer, a buyer thinks they're in rented accommodation, the first-time buyer. This is what is misconception, because they think, oh, this deal's going to go through in 3 months, 4 months, etc. That's
because there's no chain.
Because there's no chain, and they're the ones who are at the bottom. But that costs a buyer £500 a week on average in London for their rent. That's what normal rent is. So if they can use a fantastic broker, a fantastic agent, and a fantastic solicitor, those 150 days can be cut, which we're talking about earlier, can be cut down to 90 days, where you've just saved yourself, what's that in rent? It's 2 months, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, £5,000 in rent. See what I mean? So that's the misconception, is that actually, if I use a cheap solicitor, cheap broker, etc., I'm just going to get it through regardless. No, you can save yourself so much money on your rent, Mr. First-Time Buyer, by getting this deal through quickly.
Wow.
And mine is, some think that it's cheaper to rent than to buy, and it's so much cheaper to be paying your mortgage rather than paying someone else's. Quick fire.
Yeah, quick fire.
Diana, I'll start with you for the next two, just to see if we can get these a bit quicker.
I'll chip in.
Chain-free, is it a dream or are there hidden risks? So is it an absolute dream to have someone that's chain-free?
100%, yes. Chain-free, freehold.
Dream.
I mean,
absolute dream.
absolute dream.
Anything to add on that?
No.
Okay. When you see listings that have offers over a certain price, offers over £500,000, is it helpful or is it harmful?
When I first started my career, I thought it was harmful. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought, who's ever going to pay over? But as I've become more mature in this business, I've got a skill set now to be able to deal with offers over. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's good. It's helpful.
Same for you?
I'm not a fan of offers over. I prefer the guide because it gives people an indication of what they need to pay. Offers over is a bit open, in my view. But I also understand why it's done, because as Ollie said, you can't price high and get offers lower, although offers over doesn't work as well as a guide.
Okay. Fair enough. What's the biggest thing that you two disagree on work-wise?
Good question.
What do we disagree on? This is meant to be quick fire.
No, this isn't quick. This isn't quick fire.
Okay, as long as you got.
Not very long.
What do we disagree?
Something that you butt heads on regularly.
Switching off. I think
knowing when to switch off.
Knowing when to switch off. Yeah, there's some times where Liana would just say, "Get away from your laptop, get off the phone, have some family time," because where's my phone? I put it away. Ultimately, that's my toolbox, and without my toolbox, I'm not working. So I forgot my toolbox with me.
It's making the distinction between, yes, the business is very important. It's important to me. But also the kids need one-on-one attention. And if you're always on your phone when you're around the kids, they're never going to get that from you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to detach himself from the phone.
The trouble is a phone nowadays is your camera.
It does everything.
It's your newspaper. It's communication. It's your social media, etc. So once you're working or you're looking at something on there, and actually I'm looking at a recipe, but then suddenly an offer comes in.
It's easy to get yourself distracted, isn't it?
I'm a few years older and I've been through a bit more. So I think it's so valuable.
Yeah, she says.
It's so valuable to have
so
family
So Liana is the boss then.
the one-on-one time. That one-on-one time. But I don't know, at work it's not a huge amount because we talk through most things. We're just
It's just outside of
it's
work.
just that form of getting that to
We agree on most things, yeah. Actually, maybe which photographs to lead with.
Yes.
That's it. 100%. I like a certain angle. She likes another angle. And I'm like, okay, fine. We'll use your angle this week, darling. Next week, we'll mix the photos. I thought we'll use my angle.
So now
See
it's
which
naturally
one
fell
works.
into either my instructions, he does his.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
But then it comes to a point that if it hasn't sold within the first week or two,
Comes to me.
I'll say, let you choose the photos, or what I'll do with her is I'll just mix up all the photos on there, and then a week later she'll say, "Who's mixed up the photos on my listing?" I got an offer.
Last couple of bits. Would you rather have a lower offer but the finance is strong, or a higher offer with uncertainty?
Lower offer finance.
All day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite quick.
And for the sellers.
Fun. Who, out of the two of you, who trusts a broker's word and who needs proof?
I trust.
I have like everything in writing, Phil.
Even if it's from me?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
See
That's the due diligence.
Fair enough. Last couple of things. What's one thing you're really optimistic about this year?
Sentiment. I think I don't think the market's going up by 10% a year like it used to in the noughties and the 90s, etc. I think buyers are more confident and want to get on with moving now, and I think that's really positive, and we need to jump on that and use that to our advantage.
Yeah, I think 2026 is a year of slow growth and stability. And it's just been so difficult since COVID, since Brexit.
Since Brexit.
But we had the stamp duty holiday, so the market was quite buoyant
there was artificial
There's
markets.
been nothing, the government hasn't introduced anything positive for the property market. And I think coming into 2026, at least, all of these things that have been, like the renters reform and all of that, it's still happening. But hopefully a year that's a bit more peaceful.
Okay. And one thing that agents need to be braver about?
Pricing.
We hate overvaluing. I think about just having honest conversations and not being afraid to have those. I remember my old boss used to say to me that you might be afraid to make a phone call here or have a certain conversation. 99% of the time, it's not going to be as bad as you think it's going to be in your head. And I think I'd give that advice to anyone.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for both of you being here. It's been amazing. I think I've laughed more in the last hour and a bit than I have done in a while. So
that was all Liana.
Yeah, obviously. But no, thank you for joining us. It's been really, really good.
You're welcome. Thank you.